So I'm sure you all know what this game is. And probably a lot of you, this was your first PlayStation game. Either this or Battle Arena Toshinden, one of those two. Were pretty much most people's first PlayStation games as far as I know. But this was basically, yeah, this was the game that launched Naughty Dog's career. Now granted they had Rings of Power on the Genesis, but while a lot of people did like that game, this is like, you know, this is like Mario for Nintendo, or, you know, Tomb Raider for Eidos or something like that, you know. This is like the game that basically launched Naughty Dog's career into the stratosphere. And little did anybody know how incredibly popular the Crash Bandicoot series of games would become. So what I'm going to do today is in something very, very rare for my channel. I mean, this is like, I think this is the only time I'll ever do this, or have ever done this at least. I'm going to play a game and I'm actually going to attempt to get 100% on it. Usually in all other cases when I play a game, I just play through it, fuck it, we're done. But in this, I'm going to actually attempt to 100% the game and get everything in it. So this will be different for sure. So to 100% a level in this game, you have to get every single box in it without dying. And this is done in some levels by pretty much being a fucking pro. You pretty much have to be a pro. Now in Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, you can actually die in a level. As long as you get all the boxes, you still get the gems. So in my opinion, they're infinitely easier to get 100% as far as the gems are concerned compared to this game, where you cannot die. If you even die once in a level, you have to basically restart. So you can't use checkpoints, and you have to go back to the world map and try all over again. Now, for those of you who I'm going to say, I don't know how you've never played this game, unless you're like really young and, you know, like the Nintendo 3DS is like one of your first systems, like my cousin or something like that. This game was a flagship series for the Sony PlayStation, and Crash Bandicoot basically became one of the many PlayStation mascots, but he's probably the most remembered compared to other ones that are also well remembered, like Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, and Solid Snake and stuff like that. But Crash Bandicoot was basically the equivalent of Sonic or Mario for Sony. He was basically like the platformer game character that they used to try and battle them and stuff like that, even though it wasn't really much of a battle with Sonic, because during this era of console gaming, Sonic was pretty much down and out, unfortunately. Now these mask things I have... So see, that's it. I already fucked myself now. I literally have to go back to the world map now. These mask things I've got here are called Uka Uka masks, and they basically protect you from one hit, and if you get 3 of them, then you become invincible for a short period of time. Otherwise, you die from one hit. There was a number of sequels in this game. There was Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, which people generally say either 1 or 3 is the best. 2 is kind of like how you had Mario Brothers 2. It's kind of like the odd one out, in my opinion, because they tried a lot of stuff in it, and some stuff stuck with the series for 3, and a lot of stuff didn't. They kind of tried like a lot of new stuff, and it was kind of, yeah. But it was still a really good game. Actually, I've got a better comparison. While I think Sonic CD is like the best in the series, Crash Bandicoot 2 kind of comes off as like the Sonic CD to me. It kind of comes off as like they tried to go a different direction with the gameplay design and elements, and then they kind of went back to more of a Crash Bandicoot 3, or a Crash Bandicoot 1 feeling for number 3, in my opinion, at least. I don't know if other people share that, but... There's also Crash Team Racing, which capitalized on the whole kart racing, you know, genre and all that stuff. And then there was... what else was there? There was actually a number of kart racing games. But see, even in the first level, they give you shit like this. Like, this game did not fuck around. Like, it pretty much gave you stuff like this you had to do. If you spun on those, you'd fall right through them. So you literally have to bounce one by that. And there was a number of other games too, like party games and stuff like that. But unfortunately, when the PlayStation 2 came out, Naughty Dog decided to try out a different series, and so that's when they made Jak and Daxter. And by going for that and making that new series, they unfortunately abandoned Crash Bandicoot and gave it to a new company named Traveler's Tales. Now, Traveler's Tales is the same company that made Sonic 3D Blast. So you can probably tell how this new Crash Bandicoot game turned out. Pretty much it sucked. And ever since then, Crash Bandicoot has entered pretty much the same realm of suck that Sonic entered back during the late 90s to mid 2000s, actually up until now, pretty much up until Sonic Generations, when it's finally started to redeem itself, so to speak. So, and this is actually Star Ocean 2, which I do intend on making a playthrough on someday. But, yeah, so Crash Bandicoot right now, I'm going to hope at some point it kind of regains its former glory, the series does,